everyone, today we're going to be doing a little get ready with me, showing you all of my favorite products just for a quick, easy, soft glam look. So if you're interested, keep watching. So we're going to move on to base. I usually always wear a tinted moisturiser. I don't ever usually wear foundation. So my favourites are the Cosmetics, I think it's called a treatment foundation. I am the colour Ivory because I'm super fair, or the Hourglass Illusion Skin Tint. Now usually I will either mix these together or do them on their own. It kind of just depends whatever I'm feeling. Today we're just doing super soft natural glam, so I think I'm going to go with the Cosmetics. I like to give it a little bit of a shake. I usually pump just a little bit on the back of my hand. This one is definitely a bit more of like a runny formula, so you just don't want to be too messy with it. I'm going to go in with my Hourglass number 2 brush. I love this brush. It is so easy for blending out. It's not too dense, but it's not too loose either. And it just makes for a real quick, easy application. So what I love about this product is how lightweight it is. It also has heaps of skincare benefits. It's very hydrating, paraben, fragrance free. And I find what it does is it just evens out my complexion. And for any extra areas of redness or areas that need concealing, I will use a concealer. But you guys can see how nice and natural this finish is. And given how lightweight it is, it really has given, I feel like, a good enough amount of coverage for me. But again, that is because I do like it super natural. So one of my next favorites, and moving on to concealer, is the Laura Mercier Flawless Fusion Concealer. I have the shade 0.5N, so just neutral. I have these in my kit for all my clients as well. So because this is mine, I'm just gonna go directly onto the skin. So I just like to use a really small amount of concealer. I'm just going under my eyes, through the middle of my face, my chin, and we're just gonna buff that out with a brush. So my favorite all-time concealer brush, if I'm not wanting to use a dense one, is the Real Techniques setting brush. I use this for everything. I use this for liquid blush, liquid bronzer, highlighter, concealer, setting translucent. You can use it for just about anything. So I'm just gonna go in and blend this out. So again, this look is something for your kind of like, I wouldn't say quick. For me, it's quick now, but definitely your more soft glam. I'm not someone who likes to wear a lot of makeup. I don't mind still seeing some freckles, imperfections on my skin. So I'm not really going in with a whole lot of product. So a little tip as well is to take your concealer right up into this inner corner. It's where you get a bit of darkness as well, and it just really helps to brighten your eye. So then going back to my complexion, I usually will go straight in now to blush. I usually skip bronzer when I don't have any fake tan on because I just like how I look without it. So I usually just like to go in with a blush, a cream blush. So I do all of my cream products first and then go up to my powder products. So I have the Chantecaille Cheek Jelly, I think it's called. It needs a little bit of a clean, it's a bit dirty. And this is the colour Happy. So a really good, I know that Chantecaille is definitely a more luxury product. If you're wanting something a little bit more affordable, the MCO that's available from Woolworths has some really nice cheek tints. So I just put a little bit on the back of my hand. It's like a beautiful pink peachy colour. Has a really beautiful sheen to it. And I will just get a little bit on my finger and just pat it on my cheeks. So this is really, really subtle. Or I will go, if I'm not using my finger, I will go back in with my concealer brush that I use and just pat this all over my cheeks. I like to take my blush quite high. I feel that it really lifts my cheekbones. And I love having flush cheeks. Blush is definitely my favorite over bronzing. That could be a fair skin thing. I do find with this product, you do have to build it up a little bit if you want, where'd it go? If you want a little bit of color, because it is quite a natural sheen, which is I think what I like about it, but I definitely still have to build it up. I also like to take a little bit left over what's on the brush and go over the bridge of my nose. So I finished all of my creams now and I'm going to move on to my powders. This one is one of my favorite colors. It is called Peaches and it is a MAC Sheer Tone blush. It is just like a really nice pinky peachy color. I feel like it goes with my hair color really well. And I'm just going to use a Natasha Denona number 17 brush. Just as a really nice fluffy head, perfect for a blush application. I have heaps of these MAC blushes in my kit and I just find they have really nice pigment and they blend out really, really nicely. Perfect. So then often when I get to this point, I will look in the mirror and assess if I need a little bit of bronzer. I think I do today because I'm wearing white. So I'm going to be using the Dior Backstage Contour palette. And I just like to use this color down in the corner. Using the same brush that I did for my blush, I just like to take a little bit around the perimeters of my face. Another one that I love, especially for someone who's fair, that it's a good color, is the Too Faced Chocolate Soleil. It's a really, really nice matte bronzer as well. That is a nice color. The perimeter of your face, I feel like gives you a really nice, gives the illusion of a nice shaped head. That's what contouring is for, really, to give the illusion of more depth than actually is there. So give you a bit of cheekbone. I like to do under my jaw. So I feel like for me, contouring and bronzing kind of just ties into one. I usually just contour and bronze with the same color. I'm doing it to add a bit of like dimension to my face, but also just to add a little bit of warmth. And then I like to do the bridge of my nose and come down the sides. Done. So moving on to highlighter now. I have so many favorite highlighter palettes products, but I always go back to this Charlotte Tilbury Gold Bar. This one is falling out. It's because it's got the neutral base, like yellow, pink, and then more bronze. So it's got all shades that are suitable for all complexions. I'll usually use the pink or the yellow, as you can see. And I'm gonna go with this Makeup by Mario brush. It is the EF1. So it is double-ended, and I find this compact side is good for kind of placement of lip, nose, and then the more fluffy side is good for the bigger areas. A good dupe highlighter for this Charlotte Tilbury, because again, I know Charlotte Tilbury is definitely more of like a luxury brand and a higher price point, is from Priceline. It's the Revolution highlighters. I have them in my kit, and they're amazing. And I think they're $24. I could be wrong. I'm gonna swap sides now to the more fluffy and just take that along my cheekbones. I also like to do above my brow. So when you're highlighting, remember that these are the areas that are going to catch light. So those are the areas you're trying to exaggerate. So that is all of my base done, and we're going to move on to eyes now. So this is a product that I use on myself and also all of my clients. This color might be a teeny bit too dark for me at the moment, but it's the MAC Paint Pots, and this is in the color Soft Ochre. I used to use the NARS ones, but I just find these are a little less oilier, and I like to just use this on my lid just to get a nice even color all over, hide any veins or darkness. And I find that by doing this and just making it all one color and making it, actually no, that color's good, making it brighter, just makes your eyes look more awake. So I like to just blend that up with a dense brush. I find that a dense brush just gets the job done a little bit quicker because it is a cream product. And this one I have is the Mario one, and it's the E4. It's just like a dense dome brush. I like to take that all the way up to my brow line. I would say I subtly carve out my brow, like ever so naturally, just gives that a little bit more definition. So moving on to eyeshadow now. This is my favorite palette at the moment, both for myself and for my clients. It is the by Mario Master Mattes. I love the packaging, so minimal and so pretty. As you can see, it's already been quite used, but this is the colors. So it's just like a perfect blend of all different neutrals, ranging from light all the way down to black. I mean, it's just perfect for so many different eye looks, keeping it more natural, going more smoky. I'm gonna go in with another dense buffing brush. This is Natasha Denona number 12. And I'm going to take the shade Matte 1, which is this one here, nice and easy, the colors. So just Matte 1, which is this white one here. And I like to just place that all over my lid and up into my crease. And this is kind of just setting the MAC paint pot that we used. This is something as well that like I could just finish now and pop some lipstick on. I just feel like having a nice bright eye is like a really nice way of looking awake. You still look done, like you have a little bit of eyeshadow on, but I'm gonna go ahead and define my crease a little bit because that is usually just what I do. Gonna go in with this Zoeva 227 brush. I just like small blending brushes. I have quite small eyes and a small crease. So I'm going to go in with matte number 2 and maybe even blend a little bit of matte number 4, which is these colors here, these two. And we're just gonna blend that through my crease. So I like to come all the way into my inner corner and just blend out. And I usually like to pat those outer corners. I like a really diffused eye throughout my crease. I'm gonna tapers out here. For me as well, I find that I'm more drawn to these warmer neutrals because it brings out the blue in my eyes. So it's always good to try different colors and see what complements your eye color. I feel like these kind of colors do complement generally most eye colors. Just blending. So when I'm blending, I usually look to like straight ahead into a camera. I'll get my clients to do the same. That way you can see their crease the best. I feel like sometimes I get a bit excited and I blend out too far. I will just get my concealer brush and just buff that out. Just soften the blow. Using the same brush, I will usually just take those same colors and take a little bit on the outer corner. And it just brings a little bit of that color underneath, and I feel like it just defines your eye a little bit more. So then the next step is I will go back in with my highlighter palette, and I'm going to use the same colors I did before, and I'm using a Natasha Denona 11 brush, like a small dense stone brush. And I like to take the highlighter on my inner corner, and I feel this really opens and brightens my eye. And I also take a little bit under my brow bone. Don't like a brow bone that's too strong with highlighter, so I usually just pat it out with my finger. And that is the final step for eyes. And to finish the rest of my face, I'm gonna go in and do my lips. So before I did my whole makeup and I did my skincare, I always put lip balm on. And then I find by the time you get to the end of your application, you can kind of massage your lips with your finger and it gets off any product that was on your lips and they're hydrated. So I'm gonna go in with Boldly Bare from MAC. This is one of my favorite liners. I really naturally line my lips and I like to smile into the mirror when I do it. I just find when I smile and my lips are tight, I can best see my lip line. That's something I get my clients to do as well. And then I usually get my finger and just buff it out so it's not a super harsh line. It gives a little bit of a ombre effect to your lips. And now I'm gonna go in with, this is I think newer to Fenty, the Fenty cream like lip glosses. This is in the color Fenty Glow, if you can see that. It's kind of like a pinky color. I'm gonna put this straight on because this is my product. And I just pop it straight through the center. Give my lips a little rub. I like to go in and pat. And I feel like this color combination is the perfect lip look that looks like you have something on, but it's like your natural lip color enhanced. Like it doesn't look like I'm wearing heaps of lipstick. They look juicy and glossy and a bit of color. So those are definitely my favorite lip combo. So that is the makeup finished. I don't usually set my makeup, or I don't usually use a setting spray. I'll usually use a setting spray when I'm out and about because I feel like it adds a bit of hydration. But I just find, because I use minimal product, just what works best for me is I don't usually set my makeup. I definitely do for clients. But for me, that's not what I do. So we'll move on to finishing my hair. We'll take these clips out. So I love having either my hair slicked back, as all of you know, or if I'm wearing it out, I like it to still look smooth. So I'm gonna take this ouai, I'm hoping that's how you say it, finishing cream. I like to just warm a little bit up on my fingers. And I usually like to put it just at the top here, where you get like your flyaways from slicking my hair back. It definitely breaks the base of my hair. And just through the ends, and it just makes it look really nice and smooth and shiny, and it smells amazing. And then just with a comb, brush through. Nice and smooth now. I have been loving a straight hair look lately. Usually I always would do curls. Last but not least is obviously perfume. I will not leave the house. There is no better compliment than someone that tells you you smell good. So I have a lot of fragrances that I love. I did purchase this online. It cost a bomb to get it shipped here, and I didn't realize until I'd done it. So I definitely wouldn't recommend doing it, but it is the Glossier You perfume. It smells, it's very musky and vanilla-y. So do a spritz. I usually just spritz everywhere. I'm not about the points. I just usually spritz in my hair, spritz everywhere. Oh, that smells divine.